How do you say awesome in French Canadian?
Transformers 3.
Corvette concept car. Awesome.
We've got the first spy shots and spy video from the set of the new movie due out next year.
Because today we're talking about concept cars, production cars in movies. Right, wrong, good, bad.
Product placement of cars.
Product placement. Ronin, A-Team.
Vanishing Point.
The Saint.
The Saint, that's a good
Cannonball Run.
one.
I'm Alex Roy.
3207. I'm Jeff Musial.
The Road Testament today. Cars, movies. Good.
Exclusively at autostream.com/yoparts.
Before we begin talking about product placement of cars and movies, let's talk about last week's episode. So it seems that you hate us.
They hate you.
Okay. You hate us because we didn't show any Formula 1 footage. Well, let me explain something. There's this guy named Bernie Ecclestone. You use Formula 1 footage, you pay him, and then you pay the teams.
A lot.
Lots of money. We're an internet television show.
I'm not paying anything at all.
Actually, you're not. Yeah, which is funny enough. We're not paid a lot. We're not worth a lot, so we can't pay Bernie.
Well, I am.
You're such a dick.
Come on.
Okay. Anyway,
So no footage for you.
yes. So what you got was pretty much $800 worth of footage and photos.
And the food that I ate, which leads us to the other part of the comments.
You did it.
I've changed my diet.
Yes.
There will not be any more problems on air.
According to those upstairs, we can no longer speak about your diet or anything that.
I've changed it, so we won't have to speak about it. Let's move on to the episode.
Sure. Product
Cars.
placement.
Movies.
Yeah.
We love both cars and movies product placement.
So this is starting off because, Transformers 3 is in production as we speak, and, the first shots of the cars that General Motors has paid for have started to appear.
In case you didn't think that alien robots just happen to be GM vehicles, although they logically, what other manufacturer has a lineup of high horsepower cars you can beat the hell out of that would survive?
But anyway, General Motors does spend a lot of money on the Transformers series, so thus they get the right to show their new vehicles. Now what's of importance to us is that they've shown this Corvette twice, now in a
and it's awesome.
Well, first in a coupe version, now in a convertible version. And the reason that's important is because, there's precedent now. There's a trend. And that car could, in fact, be showing us design elements for the new C7 Corvette.
Well, it's a new way. I mean, it's a new business model in a way because there are three reasons cars are in movies. In the old days, the filmmakers liked that car, or they thought the character should drive that car. Then, cars that you could buy were in films. The Aston Martin, Lotus, BMW. And then, now you have cars you can't yet buy are in movies. And they may be available when the movie comes out, but maybe they might be available, say, even years later. And that's brand placement, even more than product placement. Well, that's why this Vette's important, and it's also really cool.
It's important because the General Motors can use the movie as kind of a gauge or as a benchmark to determine whether the vehicle will be a hit or not. And they can actually change things based off opinion. They'll have focus groups on, did you like that car? Did you like the way it looked? Did it sound good? There are focus groups going,
What do you want to bet that Corvette is not defeated in combat in the movie?
Oh, yeah.
There's no way.
No way?
No way.
Then,
well, let's go back in time to where was this done successfully and where was this important? I mean, you know what manufacturer is absolutely the best at product placement today?
Audi.
Of course.
They started off with Ronin. What's the famous line within that movie?
It's the line that made me want to buy one.
I'll
You're
ask
the guy.
I need a car.
We need something large, comfortable, fast, four-wheel drive. Audi S8.
S8.
Don't you want one?
I do now.
Don't you? I want one so badly.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many other examples. The Audi was
the RSQ. That was
iRobot, right?
Oh yeah, iRobot. So that car showed us pretty much what the R8 would look like before the Le Mans concept.
I hope it doesn't
before
look like
the
that
R8 came
in
out.
2020, but that's not the story.
But that car within the movie, that concept, I guess you could call it, pretty much showed the design elements of the final product.
What's the Lexus in Minority Report?
I don't know the name, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
It was kind of pretty cool.
Yeah, very
I
cool.
like that car. But none of that has been done as well as GM has used the Corvette in Transformers 3, which hasn't even come out yet.
That's right.
And the last time a manufacturer just owned the mind space of a car being in a movie and completely identified with a character or franchise is Aston Martin with Bond, obviously.
That's correct.
Lotus, okay.
Yeah.
BMW?
They also, BMW, I would say they hit it with the Z8 that came out a year prior to the car being released.
And the 740 he used, but that car was already at the end of its life cycle.
No,
it was middle of life cycle.
It was actually right at the beginning.
Really?
Yeah.
99?
Yeah, for that 740,
Really?
Yeah, because the new 745 was released in 2002.
Okay, you're right. The Z3 though, that was not that's not a Bond car.
That was the
that
failure.
was a mistake.
Yeah, that was one of the failures. I think that had to do with the contract.
TVR.
Oh yeah, Swordfish.
Yeah.
Honestly, I knew very little about TVR. I was young when
How many people have seen that and wanted to buy a TVR since then?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, no one has ever owned one. But the car is really cool.
Everyone knew that car had color shifting paint. GT500 in I Am Legends. That's another one.
Yeah, and that was actually that made perfect sense because the guy, it's after the apocalypse. He's all alone, nothing to drive, and he wants to drive a car.
And he could choose whatever he wanted. And he took the GT500.
Right. I'd like to know. We obviously have barely scratched the surface here. What are the best and worst car product placements in film? Like, which characters should have driven that? Characters that would never have been seen dead in that car.
Very true. I think I know how I have the car for you, and this just sprung to my mind.
Try me.
The new Infiniti M56S. You want to know why?
Why?
If you are a superhero and you are driving down, you want that car.
What are you talking about?
I'm going to tell you, because that car has the ability to filter the air from underneath your ass.
I hope you keep your job after that. But I can't be fired. Next week on the Road Testament, what's up?
Don't do it. Because every time
Broadway musicals that feature cars.
Every time we do this, we lock ourselves in, and then we spend 6 days trying to figure out how we're gonna.
All right, we're not covering Formula One or Gumpert.
Okay.
We are prepping for Lemons, and you know something? I have no idea what we're doing next week.
Thank God. Okay.
All right, whatever.
Cool.
On the Road Testament.
Really?
Script delivery.
Thanks.
Tuesday's opposite day. Oh, you look great today, Derek.